Okay, so we all know the whole fourth wall breaking spiel about the Psycho Mantis boss fight in Metal Gear Solid. He looks inside the memory card plugged into your PlayStation or GameCube or whatever and says, while creepy music plays in the background of this surreal set piece, making you wonder if this is actually happening for real. He'll analyze your playstyle and speak the equivalent of giving your flowers. Or can't liver. He moves your controller via vibrations, and even during the fight, your TV screen sometimes turns black with the word Hideo in the top right corner, referencing when old TVs would display video when it lost signal, something that probably lost its touch for newer generations. I would know. And who could forget the most infamous part of the fight? Given he can read your mind, attacking Psycho Mantis will lead to nothing. Unless you switch controller ports. So what's left to talk about? It's important to note that this boss fight, as well as a few other boss fights in the Metal Gear franchise, can be beaten easily with clever thinking and remembering that your console can do a bit more than just, read discs. They're innovative because it requires the player to think outside of the box, and it doesn't take much to do so because the requirements are pretty easy to fulfill. For example, the end in Snake Eater can easily be beaten by setting the PlayStation 2's, or whatever console you're using, internal clock system far enough ahead, about 8 days, so he dies of old age. Simple stuff like killing a centenarian. But at the time, the idea of making players get off of their couch just because they felt like switching their controller ports would do anything? Oof. Might as well ask them to do their laundry. Joking aside, it is rare for games nowadays to showcase that same form of clever thinking. And of course, it's not like I'm saying praise the almighty Kojima for coming up with the concept of switching controller ports or having a game read your memory files, but it is rare to see some truly mind-bending stuff that involves the use of your console, or something that just makes you do a double take. The last time I ever experienced or seen a fourth wall break in gaming includes the incredible game over fake out from God of War Ragnarok, or when Hi-Fi Rush made me laugh when you revisited a level with abilities you weren't supposed to have, or when you chose to close the game right before the final mission. But even those didn't deeply utilize the systems they were being played on. Marvel's Spider-Man Scorpion boss fight doubles down on crazy imagery and psychedelic poison-induced environments while the gameplay remains the exact same. I know it's asking for a bit much, trying to justify a bit of mindfuckery for just one segment of the game when the player has already grown accustomed to the gameplay can be quite difficult for the would-be game developer. That's why I'm not one. But it doesn't have to be impactful. It can be subtle. It could just be something that makes you go, that's pretty cool. Because if you're not having fun, what's the point? Not every game is trying to be like Metal Gear Solid either, but why not borrow a few things from it? Not to say many developers haven't already, obviously. As well as to say not every game borrows from Metal Gear Solid. As someone who recently played through and finished Baldur's Gate 3, a just as effective alternative, which is also prominent in the Psycho Mantis boss fight, is to make the consequences of certain decisions matter. Remind the player there is a watchful eye over their gameplay. Let them know if they're being an idiot. If there's anything to take away from this video, there's beating a boss in the game. Then there's feeling like you've outsmarted them so well, how poorly you played prior doesn't even matter. Read the article linked in the description below, and for more gaming guides, news, and reviews, check out thegamer.com. Thanks for watching.